Hi, my name is Zach Baylin. I'm the screenwriter of King Richard and the co-writer of the upcoming Creed 3. I just want to say a huge congratulations to all the writers on this year's Blacklist. It's an amazing accomplishment. In 2018, when King Richard was on the Blacklist, I had never had a film produced before. And I know, as well as all of you, how lonely and frustrating and soul-crushing writing can often seem, and that even when you've finished something that you feel is extraordinary, it can often seem like you're just shooting a flare into the night hoping that it reaches someone. And the Blacklist is one of the few times where we as writers know that not only has it reached somebody, but it's really hit them in the face and the heart. And I hope you all feel very proud to be on this year's list and know that you've done that. And I can't wait to see what you've all written. Congratulations.
All right, we're in our last category. These are movies about music. And I know there's some fingers crossed out there, so let's get to the first one.
All right, so the first one, Symphony of Survival by Daniel Perzitz. Symphony of Survival is the incredible true story of Russian composer Dmitri Shostakovich writing an epic symphony during the deadly World War II siege of Leningrad. A work of art so powerful it would save him and his family, all while helping to unite his people with the Allies.
Well, this sounds interesting. I don't know this story at all, so I'm very interested to hear about this man's life. This sounds very interesting.
Very interesting. And what I love about what really like popped out to me is that it says that his work of art was so powerful that it would save him and his family. So it's like interesting to know how, in what way music, which we all connect to so well in a way that it's helped us all through parts of our lives. Like, you know, music can lift your spirits and help you get through like a workout, or it can help you get through that breakup, or it can help you fall in love. Like it helps music always. It's going to be underscored in all of these scripts, right? Like we use music to help tell stories. So the fact that Symphony of Survival is about a composer who used music to save his family and his life in a time of war and in a time of such darkness. And his beautiful music was able to just like make a life-changing adjustment in that time. And I think, I don't know, it's just very powerful. And the fact that he gets to unite with his people, I don't know, it just sounds like a tearjerker almost for me.
Yeah, it sounds like a very universal story, because I feel like if you ask so many rappers today, they'd be like, oh, I'm doing this to get my family, out, to get a better situation for my family. And so the idea that back in World War II, musicians were doing the exact same thing, I think it's going to be a very universal story.
Yeah.
Our next script is The College Dropout by Michael Baylin and Thomas Aguilar, a young Kanye West intimate journey to create his seminal first album that reinvented hip hop music. Now, I don't know if this is the time in Kanye's life I would have chosen to write about it. I feel like what he's doing now is a little crazier, but College Dropout is iconic album.
Iconic. And I think that is what's so interesting about it, because first of all, it's an intimate journey. And because, like you said, it's such an iconic album, that's where people, like in the first time that they were experiencing what Kanye West was about, and like really diving, your mind was blown and you were like on the ride, and like all of the album was just amazing. And I think what's interesting is because we're all actually living in the current Kanye West chaos and like all of that, we get to see like where that all began and like kind of fall in love again with that first album and that first feeling and that first experience of Kanye West and what he was about. And to really kind of compare notes to then and now, you know what I mean?
Well, that's like dramatic tension.
Yeah, because sometimes, they say, what is it? Hindsight is 2020. And like, maybe we'll see some clues and some like things, some trigger moments where we're like, oh, it makes sense now. Like something was so clear then that everyone missed the mark. Like nobody was there. So who knows? I'm really interested actually to figure out what it's all about. I think it's kind of dope. And because it's categories about movies about music, like that album, I can play that today and beginning to end and not skip a beat. So
yeah.
Pretty dope. Next script is The Masked Singer by Nicholas Sherman and Mike Jones. Mickey Rourke loses his mind after he's forced to take a gig on TV's highest rated show, The Masked Singer.
Well, this sounds like it's going to be funny because I have always been intrigued by the behind the scenes of the Masked Singer, because they have to go around in masks all the time. No one's allowed to see them. You can't tell your friends or your family that you're on that show. So you're just leaving the house, not telling people where you're going. That's a lot of drama and comedy in how they make that show already.
Yeah, because I always imagine, like, what is that isolation that it feels like you said, not only are you living like this top secret life for like a couple of weeks or months or whatever, you're also literally isolated in this huge costume where you just kind of can't interact with people. You can't, even if you don't even know who else is on the show. Like, you might be like one of your homies or whatever. And it's just like, it's a very interesting social experiment in a way.
And you're so isolated while you're learning how to do something that you don't know how to do. Like, you can't go home and be like, oh, I had a rough day in the studio recording my song today, because you can't tell anybody.
And then the whole fact that Mickey Rourke loses his mind and he's forced to take a gig. So, like, all of that, I want to know why. You know what I mean? Like, why was he forced? What is the backstory in that? And how does he? And watching him lose his mind, I think will be very interesting to see.
Last one is Idol by Trisha Lee, the true story of American Idol viral sensation William Hung. I feel like this movie, we've been waiting for this movie for a minute.
Hello?
This movie is overdue because we absolutely need to hear this whole story.
I mean, she bangs. Say more. Like, we all get up and we dance and we groove, and it was so exciting to watch that whole moment and like him blow up and him become this viral sensation, and like we all loved William Hung in like that whole moment, and like how exciting American Idol was, and like watching people like live their dreams, and even if it was just for 15 minutes of fame, it was just exciting to be a part of their journey and a part of their experience.
And I feel like the thing about going viral in general is like you never hear the rest of the story. You see this one little moment in someone's life and you don't know how they got there, how they prepared for that, how it went after the fact, being a sensation or whatever. So I think this is going to be, very interesting to hear the whole story of this full person.
Absolutely. So those were all of our scripts. We made it through. That's Blacklist 2021. And 17 years. It's exciting. Congratulations to all of the writers. You
know what? There is one more.
Yes.
And that's why this is such an exciting moment, because somebody is sitting at home right now watching this video and they're like, oh, they read all the scripts. And that person doesn't know.
Tension, Ashley. I was building up tension to the release for the number one script. Do you want to
Somebody out there thought they lost and they're about to find out they're number one. It's very exciting.
Drum roll, I'll let you take it.
All right, the number one script is Cauliflower by Daniel Jackson. Under the cruel guidance of a mysterious coach, an ambitious high school wrestler struggles to become a state champion while battling a bizarre infection in his ear that both makes him dominant in his sport and threatens his sanity.
Wow. That's kind of interesting, man.
Yeah, I want to know, threatens his sanity. I'm leaning in. I need to know what happens here.
But also it's something about it that makes him dominant in his sport. So I wonder if it's like it's built some type of aggression, you know what I mean? Like, from medical and science side of it, I want to know, but also like wrestling stories are always interesting. And this mysterious coach, what's so mysterious about the coach, huh? Like there's a lot of questions going on. So, but congratulations to Daniel Jackson for Cauliflower. And again, congratulations to all the screenwriters this year. This was a lot of fun. I'm so happy I got to do it with my girl, Ashley Nicole Black.
I'm so excited for all of these writers who are on the Blacklist. You're about to have an amazing year, just even being on the list. And, also congratulations on finishing a script, even if it didn't end up in the list. There are so many people in this town who say, I'm a writer. And it's like, oh, do you have a script? And they're like, so if you wrote a script, you're ahead of the curve.
Not only finishing it, but starting it. Like it all, you started with that momentum of believing in yourself and your ideas and like taking it pen to paper, and bringing those words to life. So kudos to you all. It's
everything starts with the script. You can't have a movie, you can't have a TV show, you can't have anything without someone having the courage to sit down and say, what's inside my brain? I'm going to put it on a piece of paper. So
yeah, congratulations again to everyone involved, everyone who's been on this year's Blacklist, and of course to Daniel Jackson. And yeah, go Blacklist 2021.
yes, collect your likes, babies. Today's your day.
And have an amazing year. Congratulations.